Intelligent System Analytic Computer is activated. All ISAC systems are confirmed online.
Ideas for Massive is a new... What would you say it's called, Rob?
It's a segment of our show that I have came up with that made no sense.
Handcrafted it.
Basically, we come up with ideas every week, don't we, pretty much? That Massive is stealing.
You do.
Unintentionally. So I just figured, as none of us are going to the ETF, we could just do our bit by giving them an idea every week. I've got one for this week. I'm going to set a task for one of you guys to do one for next week. Or if you can't think of one, nick one from Reddit. And just quote the user, I guess. But my idea, I actually gave this to Massive already because I did it on the Dark Zone. I put it on my Dark Zone
survey.
That's the one. It's basically to like supply drops or contamination events. You do this, like an event happens probably once every hour, every 2 hours in the Dark Zone that spawns a control point from Last Stand, just one, and a team will have to get there and hold it for a certain length of time, and then the rest of the server has to try and take it back from them. I mean, that's just the basic of the idea. Thoughts, guys?
Sorry, just leave
Stoneface
hanging there. Yeah, you said this to me. What was it, yesterday? I thought it was a good idea. Is it a case just like one team gets it and they have to hold it to obtain it, or can the other teams get it? Or
that I hadn't really thought about because that's something that would have to be thought about quite a lot because of like people exploiting it, like with switching servers and stuff. So I don't know. There's probably a bit of because I thought about I went into like I thought about it a lot and went into detail of what you could do, and then I thought, hang on, people are just gonna wreck that because that's what the Division community does.
Hey, we have the best community.
But that was just the basis of the idea. I don't know how they would implement it, like time-wise. They'd have to like test it, I guess. It's just an idea of creating more conflict in the Dark Zone. That's what it's there for.
If this was to happen, would you have... Obviously, we've got supply drops in the game. So this is already something that could be implemented, right?
Yeah, because like there's no like supply drops. There isn't a conflict there anymore. Not really. No one really goes for them. I mean, no one really cuts the rope anymore because
only when it's on the leaderboards.
You can't tank it anymore.
But to pick up your idea a little bit, I mean, you said to me you wanted to have like an increased chance of an exotic cash in it or something.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that,
if you manage to, like, if your team gets there and holds it for and then stays there and fights off the server while protecting it, then you should be like guaranteed an exotic every time, I reckon. And then you get loot for killing the team that are holding it, I guess, and then it would just disappear. Other than that, I haven't really thought about it.
Sounds interesting. I'd be I'm definitely up for something that brings about more conflict that's not just random chicken dancing in the Dark Zone. So
because like you know where someone's gonna if that pops up on your map, you know there's gonna be some PvP there, so you can just run there.
It's almost like control point, but just one of them.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
I mean, there'll be like the turret there as well to help you. So they'd have to the server would have to conflict with that and like the pulse point and.
Yeah, I quite like that.
Would you have it randomized locations?
Well, they've already got them there on the DZ map, so they could reuse the ones that are already in the game. Just
what you mean the supply drop areas? Yeah.
No, the ones in Last Stand are already set, aren't they? A, B, and C. They're already on the maps. They can just reuse them and just do one randomly every hour.
See, that'd be very interesting because you'd have 24 people in a server all
trying to get
fighting
to that point.
each other.
There you go.
Like, and it'd be the only problem with that is people can group up. So you might have 8 people, but
but then you've got the really bad rogue mechanic that's still going to be there. That if they're all fighting to kill this one team, if one of the other team goes rogue, they're all going to turn around and kill those rogues.
Shoot each other anyway. So it's basically going to turn into an absolute shit show trying to get one. But I would say if you were to do this idea, 5-minute timer.
I think that's too long. I did think about this, and I thought that's too long.
I think anything lower than that is not good enough. I think 1 drop per hour, so 1 location, so it forces everybody in that server to the same area.
Yep.
And then that way you haven't got people like running off trying to get, when we have supply drops, you see like rogues up one end by a supply drop.
But
you go the other way.
You can fast travel anywhere in the dark zone now.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it'd be quite nice for like 5-10 minutes focus conflict in one area and move people away from like DZ2 and stuff like that. And just keep the incentive to actually get that. I still think if you're gonna throw a high chance of an exotic in there, you've only got 1.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be. Yeah, it's gotta be tough.
Literally just 1, and have it spawn maybe randomly once every half hour, once every hour, or something like that. But only 1 person is allowed to pick it up. But your whole fire team has to fight to get it. So not only is it going to cause conflict between all 24 players, you've got potential to cause conflict between your fire team as well.
Well, no, because you can share it on your fire team. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, you can. But obviously at this point, everyone's got exotics and things like that. So it'll make it a little bit easier. But you said to me this idea during the week, and I really like it. I think it definitely bring a lot more conflict back to the DZ, which is what we need. I think. Everyone happy, Luke?
Yeah, I like that. Like I said, I less stupid encounters in the dark zone, as I like to say, chicken dancing, whatever. Yeah, I like that. I tend to disagree with you on only 1 person in your fire team gets the exotic, but I guess
my idea was everyone in that team that's holding the checkpoint would just get a cash.
I get what Mike's trying to say, because if you only get 1 out of the 4 of you that gets it, it makes you want to go the next one in an hour. So then, like, for argument's sake, Rob could have the first one, Mike gets the second one, I get the third one. We've got to stay in the dark zone for 3 hours. But
I'm not saying you don't get rewards, but I'm saying like the high chance goes to 1 person in that fire team.
Ah, yeah, that's good.
But that's how I would do it. But the thing is, loot at the minute is defunct. I disagree with loot being the basis for game modes and this, that, and the other at the minute. I really think replayability is the main factor, and conflict, especially in something like the DZ.
Just make it no loot. You get that 1. I'm going to change my mind here. I like your idea, and I'm going to explain why. Make it just 1 exotic that the 4 of you have to argue about.
Make it RNG who gets it.
But
and the best thing about it
every time
you get your patches or whatever that are going to come with quote unquote seasonal events. So we survived 1 fucking control point or whatever you want to call it, dark zone control point or whatever.
Yeah,
but then you get a number that goes over your patch when you've survived another one. So you got 2, 3, 4, 12, a million if you're that good.
But you could help. It could go 2 ways. You could actually, because obviously you get rogue players and you get non-rogue players. So the non-rogue players could effectively help the people trying to get this cash. It's not likely to happen.
That's not going to happen, dude.
You've been in the dark zone recently.
No, I know, but these are the sort of situations that something like this would bring up. You would get a team trying to help them extract, and you would get a load of other people trying to stop them. And then once that happens, it would drop on the floor. And to be honest, it's complete shit show. Whoever picks it up first is, I think that's fair enough.
No. It's got to only drop for the 4 that hold the control point. You can't have it drop and just some random idiot run in just at the right time and pick it up.
I think you should make it RNG, RNG who gets it in that team.
Yeah, I definitely agree with RNG placing it with the person itself. But you think you could hold that 5 minutes is a long time in the DZ. You know how long it is to run off manhunt. That's a long time.
Can I just bring something to your attention, Mike?
Yeah.
You're wanting to let RNG decide something between me, you, and Rob.
Well, we're
Thing is,
every time.
remember the rogue mechanic will still be there, so the chances are you will be rogue as well as protecting this point. Because as soon as someone arrives, you're going to want to kill them because they're going to try and kill you.
True.
Yeah, but you're going to have 20 odd people chasing you.
Are we saying this exotic still needs to be extracted, or does it go straight into your stash box?
Straight into stash.
No.
That would be...
Yeah, okay.
It's DZ cash
That's
box
fair
or
enough.
expansion slot.
That would be
whatever
such a
you wanna
bitch
call it.
if you protected it for 5 minutes and then someone just nicks it off your back.
But what? Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Like, you know, it's like when you play Last Stand or like we've been playing Overwatch. You know, the control points on that. You hold it for 5 minutes, or you're defending for 5 minutes, and then you get to like literally the last 1 minute or 40 seconds or something like that, and the whole game can change in that last 40 seconds. So yeah, I'm definitely for that idea. So that's our first segment of ideas for Massive. I say first segment, but we've had a few. We just haven't labeled them as a segment.
We need like a theme tune for it.
Oh god. You can get
another.
You can get Brad and Edel and Fox to sing it,
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
because that wouldn't
Let's do
make
it.
anybody's ears bleed or anything.
Anyway,
Yeah.
speaking of ears bleeding, where can the listeners find us, guys?
You can find us at SITREP Radio on Twitter and on Facebook. Send any questions or feedback to the show to our email address, which is sitrepradiopod@gmail.com, or tweet us with the hashtag TeamSitRep, as we're all affiliated with that hashtag.
If anybody's got any ideas for the Ideas for Massive segment, please email them to that Gmail address, because we'll read those out as well. That'd be quite interesting to see.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
What stuff
Great
coming.
idea.
Yeah, or tweet him to us on Twitter,
Yeah,
or
that'd be good.
find us on Facebook, like Rob just said. I'm just repeating it.
Yeah, good job, dude.
You can find SITREP Radio on any of the following platforms: iTunes and Apple Podcasts for iOS devices, Google Play Music, SoundCloud, Overcast, Stitcher, Player.fm, Pocket Casts, RSS feeds, and please rate, review, and subscribe while you're there. Thank you.